In this video, tatalakayin naman natin ang parabola. Ano nga ba ang parabola? It is a curve where any point is at an equal distance from a fixed point called focus and a fixed straight line called the directrix. To work with parabolas in the coordinate plane, we consider two things. The first one, look at this figure. The vertex is found at the origin. The second one, in this figure, the vertex is not found at the origin. So in this slide, we're going to discuss the different parts of the parabola. We have the vertex, we have the focus, and we have the directrix. Yung distance from vertex to focus ay kagaya lamang ng distance from vertex to our directrix. Also, we have this axis of symmetry. So, axis of symmetry naman is a line passing through the focus, the vertex, and is perpendicular to our directrix. It creates right angle. So, we also have the latus rectum. So, latus rectum is a line segment that is passing through the focus and whose endpoints are found at the surface of our parabola. So we will be discussing latus rectum later in our example. So let's have first the standard equations ng mga parabola. So standard forms of parabolas with vertex at the origin or 0, 0. So let's have these two parabolas. The first figure opens to the right and the next figure opens to the left. So as we can see, the axis of symmetry is x-axis. Here. In this case, we are going to use the equation y squared equals 4px. So marami kayong mababasa na sa ibang books or ibang articles, ibang reference na ang ginagamit ay c. That is okay, that this is just a variable na pwede nating palitan ng kung ano-anong letter except y and x. Yung iba, a din ang ginagamit. Okay, let's proceed. So we have the axis of symmetry. Yung vertex nila ay nasa origin. We also have the directrix and the latus rectum. So tatandaan lang natin, lagi ang focus ay nasa loob ng parabola. Ang directrix ay nasa labas. And they have equal distance. So let's have another. A parabola that opens upward and a parabola that opens downward. So here's our axis of symmetry. Nasa y-axis naman. So in this case, we're going to use the equation x squared equals 4py. Again, yung focus natin ay nasa loob ng parabola and the directrix is nasa labas. So same goes with this example. Okay? Let's have the summary of the standard forms of the parabola. If our vertex is found at the origin and it opens upward and downward, we're going to use this one. The x squared equals 4py kapag upward, p is greater than 0. And kapag naman downward, p is less than 0. Kapag ang parabola natin opens to the right, tsaka to the left, this is our equations. Y squared equals 4px, where p is greater than 0. Kapag naman our parabola opens to the left, this is our equation. Y squared equals 4px, where p is less than 0. So tatandaan natin na kapag x squared nag-i-start ang equation ng parabola, ang axis of symmetry niya ay nasa y. Kapag naman sa y squared nag-i-start ang equation ng parabola natin, ang axis of symmetry niya ay nasa x. Okay? Now, if the vertex is not at the origin, dadagdagan lang natin yung equation. So, kagaya ng mga nauna nating videos, ang laging katabi ng x ay h. So, if the parabola opens upward, ito yung magiging equation natin. Quantity x minus h squared equals 4p times the quantity y minus k. So, laging kasama ng x ang h, laging kasama ng y ang k. Now, if our parabola opens downward, quantity x minus h squared equals 4p times the quantity y minus k. So, if it opens upward, that is p is greater than 0. If it opens downward, p is less than 0. If our parabola opens to the right, here's our standard equation. Quantity y minus k squared equals 4p times quantity x minus h, where p is greater than 0. If it opens to the left, the quantity y minus k squared equals 4p times quantity x minus h, where p is less than 0 naman ang gagamitin natin na standard equation. So, sana malinaw sa lahat kung ano ba dapat ang gagamitin natin na standard equation ng parabola dahil dito tayo magsisimula. Let's have example number 1. Determine the equation of the parabola with the graph below. So, analyze muna natin. As we can see, the vertex is at the origin. And here is our focus. 0, 2. So in the problem, we are going to find the equation of the parabola. Let's have the solution. So remember that P is the distance between the vertex and the focus. So we are going to find the value of P for us to be able to find the equation of our parabola. So as we notice, our parabola opens upward and our axis of symmetry here is the y-axis. So ano kaya yung standard equation na gagamitin natin? Tama. We're going to use the x squared equals 4py dahil nasa y-axis ang ating axis of symmetry. So paano natin malalaman yung value ng p? So let's just count dahil mabilis lang naman siyang makita dito sa ating figure. From 0 going to 0, 2, that is 2 units. So the value of p is 2. So from our equation, x squared equals 4py, isa-substitute lang natin yung value ng p natin, which is 2. So we will have x squared equals 4 times 2 times y. So our equation is x squared equals 8y. This is our standard equation in number 1. Example number 2. Determine the focus, endpoints of the latus rectum, directrix, and axis of symmetry of the parabola x squared equals 12y. So dito pa lamang makikita na natin or maiisip na natin saan ba bumubuka yung parabola natin. Okay, it opens upward. So ito yung gagamitin natin. So yung axis of symmetry niya, dahil it opens upward and its vertex is at the origin, the axis of symmetry is the y-axis. So let's have the solution. The parabola opens upward. The axis of symmetry is an equation. This is x equals 0. So ito yung gagamitin natin na standard equation. That is x squared equals 4py. So from the original or from the given, paano ba natin malalaman yung p kahit wala pa yung figure natin? So hindi kasi natin mabibilang dahil hindi natin nakikita ang graph. So from the equation, ganito yan. That is x squared equals 4py. Katumbas ng x squared equals 12y. So we will have 4p equals 12. So from here, we can easily find the value of p. So let's isolate p and we will get the value of p, which is 3. That is the distance from the vertex going to the focus, 3 units. So here's our figure. So as we can see, the vertex is found at the origin. Then count 3 going up. 1, 2, 3. Bakit going up? Kasi ang focus ay nasa loob ng parabola natin. Pag bumaba tayo, kumanan tayo, kumaliwa tayo, wala ang focus sa loob ng parabola natin. Now, nakuha na natin ang distance from vertex going to the focus. Nakuha na natin ang focus. The coordinates of the focus is 0, 3. So ano-ano pa yung mga kailangan nating hanapin? The directrix. So kanina sinabi ko na ang distance from vertex to focus ay katulad lamang ng distance ng vertex going to the directrix in opposite side naman. So kung tumaas tayo, makukuha natin ang focus, bababa naman tayo upang makuha ang directrix. So 1, 2, 3. This is the line. So this is y equals negative 3. Okay, that is our directrix. Ano pa yung hindi natin nakukuha? The endpoints of the latus rectum. So here's our latus rectum. So yung distance ng latus rectum from the focus papunta sa isa sa mga surface or endpoint ng ating latus rectum is 2p. So ang distance nito ay 6. So ang distance din dito ay 6. So kung mapapansin natin, ang length ng latus rectum natin ay 12 na nandoon sa ating value ng 4p dun sa original na given. Now, paano natin makukuha ang coordinates ng latus rectum natin? So we are going to use these coordinates. So that is positive negative 2p, comma p. So if we're going to use the positive side, so kakanan tayo, 2p, p is 3, so 2 times 3 is 6. And p is 3. So ito yung ating coordinate, 6, 3. Sa kabila naman, that is negative 2p. So negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And p is 3. So yung kabilang endpoint ng latus rectum natin ay negative 6, 3. So these are the coordinates. Example number 3. The figure below shows a graph of parabola with only its focus and vertex indicated. Find its standard equation, directrix, and its axis of symmetry. So sa figure nating ito ay makikita natin ng malinaw na ang vertex ay nasa 5, negative 4 at ang focus natin ay nasa 3, negative 4. So dito pa lamang mabilis nating malalaman what will be the equation of our directrix. So if we have two counts, so from the vertex going to the focus, 1, 2, we will go 2 counts in opposite direction. Okay, so from the vertex, 1, 2, this is our directrix. Therefore, the equation of our directrix is x equals 7. So, mabilis din nating makikita dito kung nasan ba ang axis of symmetry natin. That is a line passing through the focus and the vertex and is perpendicular to our directrix. So, in this figure, makikita natin na ang ating axis of symmetry is y equals negative 4. Okay? Because the y coordinates of our focus and our vertex is negative 4. Now, ano ngayon ang equation na gagamitin natin? Because its axis of symmetry is parallel to our x-axis and it opens to the left. So, ang ating gagamitin na standard equation is the quantity y minus k squared equals negative 4 times the quantity x minus h, where p is less than 0. So makikita naman natin na less than 0 siya kasi from our vertex, we move to the left. So it's negative. So what is the value of our vertex? That is 5, negative 4, as indicated sa ating figure. And our distance from vertex to focus, or P, is equal to negative 2. So, i-substitute lang natin siya doon sa ating standard equation. And we will have quantity y minus negative 4, because this is k, squared equals 4 times negative 2 times quantity x minus 5. So, our standard equation will be quantity y plus 4 squared equals negative 8 times quantity x minus 5. Example number 4. Determine the vertex, focus, directrix, and axis of symmetry of parabola y squared minus 5x plus 12y equals negative 16. And also sketch the parabola and include these points and lines. So, paano natin uumpisahan ang ating problem? So, dito sa problem natin, makikita natin ang equation na given. Y squared minus 5x plus 12y equals negative 16. So, as we notice, hindi siya nakalagay sa standard form. Ano ang form niya? Tama. Naka-general form ang ating given equation. So, anong gagawin natin? Para mabilis nating makuha ang vertex, mas maganda, ilagay natin siya sa standard form. So, let's have this. Y squared minus 5x plus 12y equals negative 16. This is our given. So, kagaya lang ng nasa huling video natin, sa pagta-transform ng standard form or ng general form to standard form, we have this first step, arrange. So, pagsasama-samahin natin yung mga terms na may magkakatulad na variable, tama. So, in this case, y squared plus 12y yung magkasama. Next, what happened to the negative 5x? Nilipat siya sa kabila, kasama ng negative 16. So, bakit? Mamaya malalaman natin kung bakit. Upang malaman natin ano ba ang standard equation ng parabola natin. Next, completing the square. So, alam naman natin kung paano mag-completing the square. We divide the second term to 2 and square the quotient. So, 12 divided by 2 is 6. Square, 36. So, kung ano idadagdag natin dito, idadagdag din natin sa kabila. So, we will have y squared plus 12y plus 36 equals 5x minus 16 plus 36. So, dito ginawang in a form quantity y plus 6 squared. So, pag Finoil method natin to, ito dapat ang lalabas. Okay? Next, 5x minus 16 plus 36. So, ito ang pwede lang natin ipag-combine is negative 16 plus 36. That is 20. So, we have 5x plus 20. So, dito sa form na ito, makukuha na ba natin ang vertex? Hindi pa. Kasi dito sa right side natin, as we can see, hindi natin makuha ang value ng h. Kasi hindi pa siya naka-factor, tama. So, ganito dapat ang form natin. That is, y or quantity y plus 6 squared equals 5. Inilabas natin yung 5 out of the two terms dahil divisible sila by 5. So, we will have 5 times quantity x plus 4. So, if we're going to distribute 5 dun sa mga nasa loob, that is 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 4, 20. Okay, here's our standard equation. So, dito pa lamang mag-uumpisa ang ating computation talaga ng pagsagot sa problem natin. So, let's have our standard equation. So, from our standard equation, malalaman natin kung ano ba ang vertex. So, the vertex is negative 4, negative 6. So, paano naging negative 4, negative 6? This is h, negative 4. This is k, negative 6. So, lagi nating tatandaan na ang katabi ng x ang h, ang katabi ng y ay k. So, we have negative 4, negative 6. Next, we are going to find the value of p. Why? Because we need to know what is the distance of the vertex going to the focus. So, pag nakuha natin ng p, makukuha natin ang coordinate ng ating focus. So, our p is 5 over 4. Because 4p, this is our 4p, i-equate natin siya sa 5. So, 4p equals 5. Then, isolate p, divide both sides by 4, we will have 5 over 4 as our value of p. So, since the axis of symmetry is parallel to the x-axis, because it starts with y squared, so our axis of symmetry is parallel to the x-axis, and p is positive. So, the parabola opens to the right. So, makikita na natin dito yung graph. So, our parabola opens to the right. Here is our vertex, negative 4, negative p. So, ito yung focus natin. So, negative 2.75 negative 6. So, paano natin nakuha ang 2.75? So, let's have this. So, if we're going to move from the vertex, going to the focus, how many units? That is 5.4. Mababago or madadagdagan ng 5.4 yung absisa ng focus natin. So, that is negative 4 plus P. So, that is negative 4 plus 5 over 4. Then, we will have negative 11, negative 6 as our focus. Upang mas mabilis natin siya na mai-plot sa ating rectangular coordinate system, mas maganda kung i-decimal form natin siya. Negative 11 over 4 is also 2.75. So here is the coordinate of our focus. Now, we're going to find the equation of our directrix. So from the vertex, pupunta naman tayo in opposite direction, going to the left. That will be negative 4 minus negative or minus 5.4. So the directrix will be negative 21 over 4. So in decimal form, we have negative 5.25. So here's our equation of the directrix. X is equal to negative 5.25. And also, our axis of symmetry, makikita natin siya sa y-coordinate ng ating vertex and focus. This is y equals negative 6. Passing through the vertex and the focus and is perpendicular to the directrix. So, ito yung origin natin. Ito. So, malayo siya sa ating vertex. Now, it's your turn. Number 1, find the equation of the parabola with vertex 0, 2 and focus at 0, 6. Number 2, find the vertex and focus and also the axis of symmetry and the directrix of the parabola defined by the equation 2y squared plus 8y plus x plus 1 equals 0. Number 3, find an equation of the parabola with focus at 8, 0 and directrix given by the equation x equals 2. So you can see the answers sa ating description box. Maraming salamat and have a nice day.